well done. Wherein Portia, the heiress, and Nerissa, her waiting woman and confidant, are discussing the particulars of marriage. Good gentles, this be Merchant of Venice, Act 1, Scene 2. By my troth, Nerissa, my little body is weary of this great world.
You would be, sweet madam, if your miseries were in as great abundance as your good fortunes are. And yet, for aught I can see, they are sick that surfeit with too much as they that starve with nothing. It is no mean happiness, therefore, to be seated in the mean. Superfluity comes sooner by white hairs, but competency lives longer.
Good sentences and well pronounced.
They would be better if well followed.
If to do were as easy as to know what were good to do, chapels had been churches and poor men's cottages, princes' palaces. It is a good divine that follows his own instructions. I can easier teach 20 what were good to be done than to be one of the 20 to follow mine own teaching. The brain may devise laws, or the blood, but a hot temper, leaks or a cold decree. Such a hair is madness, the youth to skip all the meshes of good counsel, the cripple. This reasoning is not in the fashion to choose me a husband. Ah, me, the word choose. I may neither choose who I would, nor refuse who I dislike. So is the will of a living daughter curbed by the will of a dead father. Is it not hard, Nerissa, that I cannot choose one nor refuse none?
Your father was ever virtuous, and holy men at their death have good inspiration. Therefore, this lot we have devised in these 3 chests of gold, silver, and lead, wherein who chooses his meaning chooses you, shall no doubt ne'er be chosen by any rightly, but one whom you shall rightly love. But what warmth is there in your affection towards these princely suitors that are already come?
I pray you, overname them, and as thou namest them, I will describe them, and according to my description, level at my affection.
But first, there is the Neapolitan prince.
Aye, that's a coat indeed, for he does nothing but talk of his horse, and he makes it a great appropriation to his own good heart that he can shoe him himself. I am much afeard, my lady, his brother played false with the smith.
Oh! But then, there is the County Palatine.
Oh, he doth nothing but frown. As if to say, and not have me choose. He hears merry tales and smiles not. I fear he will become the weeping philosopher when he grows old, being so full of unmannerly sadness in his youth. I had rather be married to a death's head with a bone in his mouth than to either of these. God defend me from these 2.
What say you of the French lord, Monsieur Le Bon?
God made him, and therefore let him pass for a man.
Oh!
In truth, I know 'tis a sin to be a mocker, but he hath a horse better than the Neapolitans, a better habit of frowning than the Count Palatine. He is every man in no man. If a throstle sing, he falls straight a capering. He will face with his own shadow. If I should marry him, I should marry 20 husbands. If he should despise me, I would forgive him, for if he loved me to madness, I will never requite him.
What say you to the English lord, the Baron Falconbridge? Ooh.
You know, I say nothing to him, for he understands not me, nor I him. He hath neither Latin, French, nor Italian, and you will come into the court and swear that I have a poor pennyworth in the English. He is a proper man's picture, but alas, who can converse with that dumb show? How oddly he is suited. I think he bought his doublet in Italy, his round hose in France, his bonnet in Germany, and his behaviour everywhere.
like you, the Scottish lord, his neighbour.
That he had the neighbourly charity in him, for he borrowed a box of the ear of the Englishman and swore he would pay him again when he was able. I think the Frenchman became a surety and sealed under for another.
But like who's the young German? The Duke of Saxony's nephew.
Very vilely in the morning when he is sober, and most vilely in the afternoon when he is drunk. At his best, he is a little worse than a man, and at his worst, he is little better than a beast. And the worst fall that ever fell, I hope I shall make shrift to go without him.
He should offer to choose and choose the right casket. You should refuse to perform your father's will if you refuse to accept him.
Therefore, for fear of the worst, I pray you, set a deep glass of Rhenish wine on the contrary casket. For if the devil be within and that temptation without, I know you will choose it. I will do anything, Nerissa, ere I will be married to a spy.
You need not fear, lady, the having of any of these lords. They have acquainted me with the determinations, which is indeed to return to their homes and trouble you no more with suit. Unless you may be warned by some other sort than your father's imposition depending upon the caskets.
If I live to be as old as Sibylla, I will die as chaste as Diana, unless I be obtained by the manner of my father's will. I am glad this parcel of wooers are so reasonable, for there is not one among them but I dote upon his very absence, and I pray God grant them a fair departure.
There is a fifth! The Prince of Morocco, who will be here tonight.
If I could bid the fifth welcome with so good a heart as I could for the other four, well, I should be glad of his approach. If he have the condition of a saint and the complexion of a devil, I had rather he should shrive me than wive me. Come, Nerissa, whilst we close the gate upon one wooer, another knocks at the door.